Hi guys, Neel here with cruiselifestyle.net. Thanks for joining us today for another quick cruise news update. Today's January 2nd, 2019, and by the way, Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebration with family. On New Year's Eve, about 5 p.m., John Heald, the Carnival brand ambassador, made a pretty big announcement on his Facebook page. Kind of took me by surprise, and the end result of it is that what I would call the kind of homogenization of the room service policies for all the mass market cruise lines, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival. That process is now complete. What John Heald announced on New Year's Eve at about 5 o'clock on his Facebook page was this: Carnival will now be charging for all room service with the exception of continental breakfast. Let me repeat, Carnival will now be charging money for all room service except continental breakfast. Man, that is a big change if you ask me. For years, one of the whole selling points on cruises was free room service. And for the last couple of years, since Royal Caribbean and Norwegian changed their policies, Carnival has kind of used it as a selling point. Now, Carnival a few years ago added some paid options, but you still had quite a few free options available. All of those will now be gone. When does this take effect? All they have said is mid-January. Now, we are booked on the Carnival Breeze 10 days from now on January 12th. So I don't know if it'll be in effect by then or not. At this point, since it's happening, I'm kind of hoping that it is in effect when we board the Breeze on the 12th, because then I can actually check out all the items and make a couple of videos that show you how they all are. In the meantime, I have a copy of the menu, and we'll pop up some photos of it as I go through it. Just want to let you know a little bit what the new Carnival for money room service menu is. So it's broken down into a few categories. There's something light, which is salads. You got a garden salad, a Greek salad, and a Caesar salad. Salads are all $3 a piece, and it looks like you have the option to add lemon grilled chicken for $2. And then this one kind of gets me. This sandwiches. Not that there's anything bad about sandwiches. I love sandwiches, but all of the sandwiches here on the new room service menu are the ones that were free before. Now they're $4 each. There's a basic selection of sandwiches: tuna salad, roasted turkey, ham and cheese, peanut butter and jelly, BLT, grilled cheese, and a grilled Reuben. And they're all $4. You got the same choices of breads that you had before, several bread choices. And then finally, there's a third section here called Satisfy Your Craving. I'm not going to go through it item by item because there's roughly, 10 or 12 different items on here. They range, it appears between mostly $5 or $6 a piece. And there's several different things, wings, tenders, shrimp, quesadillas, pan pizzas, wraps, a Philly cheesesteak. There's some fries and stuff on there. So that gives you a basic outline of what the new menu is. It's really not that much different than it was before, except they're now charging for everything. Now, finally, why did they do this? Well, the only real justification on John Heald's site that he gave was to prevent food waste. I'm sure that's part of it. But obviously, I don't begrudge any company for wanting to make a profit. That's what you do. So that's fine. But clearly, I'm sure that this is a way to save money, not just in terms of food waste, but also I would think in man hours. It seems to me like of all of the food-related jobs and activities on a cruise ship, room service has got to be the most, or one of the most labor-intensive of those jobs. I mean, think about it. You not only have to prepare the food like you do for any other situation, but you got to have an employee to run it down there, and then you got to have another employee or the same employee come back later and run the dirty dishes back. So it's a pretty labor-intensive thing. So I can imagine that beginning to charge for all room service is going to cut down drastically on the number of room service orders, which is going to cut down on the manpower hours needed. Obviously, it'll reduce some food waste as well. And I can certainly see where the waste would be reduced in terms of, jackasses who it's free, and order 10 sandwiches. And I'm sure you have that probably more often than we would think. So I get it. As far as my opinion on this, if anybody wants to know, I'm kind of half and half on it. I do understand why they did it, but I am disappointed in it. Frankly, it's disappointing. I've just loved, as somebody that's cruised since the late 80s, early 90s, I've always loved the idea of free room service. It's never been something that I've abused, but I've always enjoyed being able to get it. And now it's just basically, this is the last domino to fall with regard to the mass market cruise lines. Now, the higher end cruise lines obviously still have plenty of great free room service, but you pay a whole lot more for your cruise fare on them as well. So that's basically it. To recap, Carnival has announced as of mid-January, all room service has an a la carte charge. Oh, that's one more thing we didn't mention. One little difference in between what Carnival's doing and what Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are doing is that Carnival's charging a la carte, so a per item charge. Each item that you order has a charge. Royal Caribbean and Norwegian just have a per order fee. I think it's like $7.95. So with Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, you pay $7.95 or something like that, and order as much as you want for that order of room service. Carnival's charging per item. I will say the one thing that makes logical sense is if they are concerned about food waste, then it makes sense that you would charge per item rather than one set charge for a whole order, because that would seem to encourage more food waste, because people are going to want to order more and more and more because it's all the same price. So anyway, that is it. Hope you enjoyed this big news update. Carnival's charging for all room service now as of mid-January 2019. If they have already made the change, when we hop on the breeze in 10 days, I will make a video and hopefully review every one of the new items on the room service menu. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for joining us today. Happy cruising. And like always, if you want to cruise for less, cruise more often, or even cruise for free, check out our website at cruiselifestyle.net. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.